go here, so this is reasonable. Normally I'd be going into the lane to my right. It's gonna just stand here until this car moves, which is reasonable. Hopefully the light won't change. Go, go, go. Okay. Well, that's certainly the path of least resistance, is just to wait. So we have a double parked truck here in the rightmost lane. So it's going to try to find a space to get through. We're in the middle of the taxi driver's faster. Now the light's turning. It has to commit. I'm going to have to give it a push. Okay. So that's a tough situation even for a human driver, to have to try to get over quickly to the other lane to try to bypass that car that was stopped, versus just wait there. Ideally, it wouldn't go in the middle of the intersection until it could commit one way or the other. It's very slow for some reason. It should be gunning it here to at least 25, which is the speed limit throughout Manhattan. I have it set for 29. Getting in the left lane because it's going to make the next left on 26th Street. We're going to go all the way to the to First Avenue. Slowing down too much. Go ahead, take the left. Good. Good. Fortunately, no one's behind me. All right, well, I can't say that this is certainly displays some of the issues, whether it be this version, the previous version. Last time it was a relatively simpler ride. I would recommend you check out that video before you get too discouraged. Going way too slow here. We're down to 9 miles an hour. There's no place to go but straight with these markers here on the road that it's visualizing fine. Okay. Let's go. Good. Didn't overreact to that person. That was right about. Now this guy, of course, sorry. Okay, I have to give it a push. Didn't like the other gentleman coming so close. It ignored the woman coming towards the car who was walking, but it didn't like the gentleman who was clearly waiting for me. So what it can't do is it, even though reportedly this version has an improved ability to predict what the pedestrian is doing. If someone's looking you straight at in the eye and not moving, you know it's safe to go. But the cameras don't process that if someone, let's say, is walking into the intersection staring at their phone, that person is more likely to be a hazard. So can't get those nuances at this point. And in Manhattan you might need to. So I'm going to give it a push. I think we've reached our second waypoint, so I'm going to pull over. Okay, so let's give it another try. We're going to go back towards the west side again. Nice move. I'm trying to get into the left lane, go ahead. Overreacting to those men working on the truck. Wants to take a left now, but it's not getting in the correct lane. It doesn't recognize that little side fork. So it's got to feed in the fork's information. So I'm going to take over. And let's try it again now, going across town. Actually, it's going to make a left here on 2nd Avenue. Good. Wasn't bothered by those pedestrians in the street. Clear left turn, lots of room. Moving around that pedestrian in a very extreme way. I feel like I'm in a rodeo here. Okay. So that's all the way back on the west side. Further downtown. Short. With cars or buses merging, overreaction to bicyclists and pedestrians. It's getting too much information. We're confusing the bicyclists. We should just be going straight. They can adjust to us. Okay, there's a bike on my left, one on my right. Give it some room. Good. So I had bikes on either side of me, which made the car intermittently jerk left or right when it should just go straight. Go ahead, you can go. Okay, see what happens with this pedestrian. He thinks I'm gonna let him go, and of course it's ridiculous. Car behind me, give it a push. Okay, let's see, this guy is going the wrong way. I'll have to give this guy behind me a break if we run into any difficulties. So I'm going to be very quick to give it an acceleration if needed. And that's a short stop. Wow. No point in trying to get around this car. It's a one lane road. Turning the steering wheel for a bicyclist going straight from our right for no reason, or no need at least. Bicyclist here to our left is being appropriately tentative. Moved over well. Excellent. Just trying to go around this car. No place to go. It's pretty obvious that there's no place to go. Now it'll avoid this restaurant. Now it's, for the first time, it's actually visualizing the fact that there's, or I should say, the visualizations are showing that there is a object to be avoided. It hadn't previously done that with these restaurants. You can see, well, it's turned that one into a bus, but that's a restaurant there. So the algorithm is such that it doesn't need to absolutely identify what the object is. It just knows that that space is occupied. So the occupancy network now develops a three-dimensional view of your nearby surroundings. And the visualizations now demonstrate that by showing this hazy object that needs to be avoided, which is a restaurant outdoor space. Wheels jerking around for some reason. We're not moving. It's thinking, but there's no place to go. Let's go. Come on. It's supposed to keep closer to, I'm gonna have to give it a push. This is the same guy behind me. Let's see if he can get through. This guy went, okay, I'm gonna have to give it a push. Give it a push. Okay. So when I do 3 pushes like that, I consider it as 1 in the final tally. Okay, let's go. The pedestrians aren't going to stop walking, even though we have the right of way, so unless the car acts assertive. So I gave it a push there. Now it's very fast. This is a little too fast, so I'm going to bring it down with the scroll wheel to 25 miles an hour. Good. Guy just went in front of me because he got impatient. Sees my car going too slowly, and I have to push it. Faked out by the pedestrians. I get it, you have to be safe, but it's not going to work in the city with that algorithm. So why, as humans, we would assume those pedestrians are not going to continue into the street? And we would probably get signals that they might, under certain circumstances, that some subtleties that we may notice that right now the FSD beta does not. Okay, clear. So will this guy continue to walk? No. Car, you need to realize he stopped. Okay. Good. Very nice. Beautiful. Now go. Gun it. There's a car behind me. Ignore that UPS truck. All right. See if we make this green light. Okay, now I would go around this car right now. I'm going to have to do that because there's a car behind me. Okay. I could have waited, but it would have been too uncomfortable. I believe this is the same car that's been watching this this video in real time. Okay, let's see. Go. Okay. It's gonna need to take a left here before the light turns, hopefully. Go. I'm gonna give it a push. Good. Excellent. Okay. So it made it into the middle lane this time, and it should be smooth sailing for 3 blocks, and then we'll take a right. It's gonna have to get around this Budweiser truck. Or maybe not, it's moving now. Wouldn't go that way. Alright, fine. Good. It really anticipated that slow-moving U-Haul quite well. Oh, it wants to take the right here. Interesting. Let's see how it does. Obviously, this guy's not going to let us. Sorry. He thinks I'm waving. I'm just showing him that I'm hands-free driving. Everyone's thanking me. Which, of course, I'd never do that in real life. But, okay, it worked out. The pedestrians were a little smarter that time. Here's a bump. Hard to know if it slowed down for it, but so maybe I should try it on not on assertive mode, but on standard mode, because it's very quick to try to change lanes. Maybe that would affect that, I don't know. This is a reasonable thing to do, I think. Okay. Well, he is turning right, actually. Fine. Good. Go. Don't get full. This guy's, no one's going, no one's crossing. Now I've got to let her. Okay, I had to give it a push. All right. So the pedestrians, big issue still. All right. It's kind of stopped prematurely here. Okay, so we're going to get very briefly on the West Side Highway. Move up a little bit. I don't have to, but just so this car doesn't think I'm parked. Okay. Okay, there's no one behind me. There's no pedestrians, so I'm just going to let it do its thing. Very slow. It sees the median. Didn't like the pedestrians, so it waited. Let's go now. Take that left. Go. Okay, it stopped at the median. It's positioning itself. We still have the green. Good. Okay. That was very awkward, but it did it, and there was no constraint with regard to cars around me, pedestrians, so that's the way it worked. It worked. Next left on 14th Street. Good. Came a little close to that wall. I don't think it uses the ultrasound on FSD, only if you're parking or very close to other objects. The ultrasound can give you a sense of the distance. It'll read the distance if you're close to something in front of you or to your side. But I don't think the ultrasound is utilized And of course the radar is no longer active. It's all vision, Tesla vision. Got the green. Cars are already honking. Good, it's far enough away. Good. Okay, I'm gonna give it a push because there's a taxi right behind me. Good. This guy's wondering what the hell I'm doing here. Got very close to that gap. Avoided it. It's very slow. I'm not gonna do anything here. We got the red. Okay, well that was very precarious. This taxi in front of us tried to get around to my left because I was going so slow, then it crept around to my right. We're gonna take a right here on Washington Street. The Tesla showroom. Go, inch in. Good. I mean, it is trying to inch in. It should go now. There's no more pedestrians. So I'm going to give it a push. It's not going. I don't know why it stopped here. There's nothing heading in our direction. Okay. All right. Let's give it another shot. Oh, interesting. Looks like the Tesla showroom is still open. Good. I thought it was closed. Let's see how it does now. We'll go. We'll head towards Washington Square Park. These people were confused why I'm not going. And now there's no reason not to go. I'm going to give it a push. Okay. Let's see. So we can let those bicyclists go. Okay, we'll head towards Washington Square Park. Good. Very slow, tentative, but fine. So four-way stop, or two-way stop sign. No idea why it's stopping here. Okay, so there's no one behind me. It can take its time making this right. It's again not doing what we would normally do here, which is to go straight. There's no reason we can't take that left now. I'm gonna give it a, oh, there's an officer. I'll wait for the officer, then I'm gonna give it a push. Okay, well now it goes in front of the people. So another disengagement. That's partly because I gave it a push, but we'll call that both an acceleration and a disengagement in less than a few feet. Okay. Stopped for no reason. Pretty abruptly also. Okay, so normally I'd go over to the right lane to pass this car. For some reason, I'm gonna have to give it a push. Ooh, that was close to that truck. So you have to be careful when you give it acceleration. It stopped for, usually it's stopped for a reason. Now, right now, I have no idea why it stopped. We're on FSD, we just need to go straight. unless it's looking at that stop sign. We're so far away from it, so I'm going to give it another nudge. And that stop sign does not apply to us. So it has the path. I don't know why it stopped. Okay. It's a red light, and it's going through a red light. Well, okay, there is an island here, but now we're in the middle of the bike lane, so that was not appropriate. Now there's a car behind us, and there's no bikes, fortunately. It should creep up to the median at least, but alright. Sorry about that. Yep, I got a little annoyed hand signal from that bicyclist to go. Come on. Good, let's get out of here. Whew. Wow. How many people can I piss off today? Again, I don't know why it's slowing down so quickly, but okay, this is good. Now go straight. This car, you gotta, fine, all right. But now it's not gonna go, so I'm gonna give it a push. There's a bicyclist, so it's paralyzed, sorry. Shows the door open very nicely, moves over beautifully. Don't want to be too critical here. Sometimes we get a little spoiled, especially when we're using enhanced autopilot. Obviously, this is not ready to be used in New York City, notwithstanding the amazing ride from the last video. I would recommend you check that out. Okay, now it's got to go, because otherwise people will continue to walk. So, yep, I'm going to have to give it a push here. Okay, be careful. All right, let's see what it does now. All right, well, then we have a bicyclist here. That's not fair. All right. Okay, well, okay. It's saying basically my FSD has blown up, and I tried putting the car in park, and then I rebooted the car, and it is still not letting me go into FSD, or for that matter, auto steer, autopilot. There are essentially no FSD visualizations. It's as if I don't have FSD. I have no strikes against me because that was reset. So it's unclear to me. It basically told me to take control and is now refusing, despite rebooting the entire system, to actually go back into FSD. So that'll be the end of the video by default. I might make this 2 videos because it's probably too boring, since we didn't move around much unassisted. But this is unique, and I hope that the FSD or at least the autopilot comes back on without having to call Tesla. Now the 10 point, or call for service, the 10.69.2 is supposed to come out this weekend, so I may, hopefully by Monday, I'll have my autopilot back, because I'd like to use it on the highway. And as you saw today, there's certainly no reason to use FSD beta in Manhattan, except if you are testing it. So anyway, definitely check out my last video of 10.12.2, which was much more exciting in terms of getting me around Manhattan, certainly with less traffic, less pedestrians, because it was still a Saturday in the summer in the morning. So anyway, have a good weekend, and hopefully we'll all get 10.69.2 soon. Take care.